All right, we're going. I think we're
Am I
live.
in clear?
We're live. Yeah, we're good enough. We'll let the people know. We'll let the people decide, rather. Hello, everyone.
If we're clear or not? Oh, wow. Look, you could see.
Chat. What's up?
I said it's just funny how phones work. It just tells me, like, hey, this is up and this is what's going on.
Oh, it gave you a notification that we're live?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Because I have you on the bell, son.
Oh, you got the bell on. If you don't have the bell on, you should get the bell on, people. So let us know how the audio sounds. I know that the video quality isn't quite there yet, but we're working on it. I can actually listen to it as well.
You can.
Yeah, because I can hear
That's
the
like
stream.
Inception.
Yes, it is. Audio is crispy for me.
We just made 600 gold.
We're good. Okay, we're good. Someone just said, "What's an NBD?" So let's define this for them. How would you define an NBD?
How would I define it?
Yeah.
Like, what's the actual word? Or what does it mean?
Definition. Yeah, definition.
Definition is never been done.
Never been done.
And then there's the famous one, ABD.
Already
been done.
Yep. A lot of people have a lot of opinions on these things, and I'm curious because I don't think we've talked about this, and you tried to say it before I started this. What's your take on NBDs?
What's my take on NBD?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. First, I'm getting a million text messages. How I really want to define it is I want to go by my age, which always seems like a cop-out, because usually people my age always have this like old manness to it, where they're just like, well, back in my time, or this is what we used to do back then, and this is the way we see it. And I'm trying to be like politically correct with it. How I feel about, let's just do ABDs, because NBDs is like a trick that has never been done.
We want to talk ABDs.
That one's easy. That's easy.
Yeah.
ABDs is a no-no when it comes to video parts. Like, it makes no sense for a kid to go to the cathedral handrail in downtown Philadelphia and do that video down that huge 20-stair handrail that Van Holman did. That's an ABD. Like, that's a no-no in a video part. But on Instagram, who gives a shit? Because let's be honest, every single person does this on Instagram. Up, down, whatever. They're just swiping through. And then every once in a while, they'll stop and watch it. Let alone even read it. So it doesn't matter. But video parts and edits, I just don't think that a person should do something that somebody else has done. Especially on a spot. Now, I mean, if we're talking about ABDs, we can go back to the 70s when the bunny hop first happened. Nobody's going around bunny hopping and attributing that trick to the first person that did a bunny hop.
Or what about, let's talk, what about people doing turn downs in trails?
See, trails and ramps are 100% different, because usually when you come to this, when you do these ABDs, it's usually like everyone talks about usually the banging trick.
Yeah.
Or a trick at a certain spot. Because Jay Muron and, Dave Osato, Dave Frymuth have all done a toothpick on a quarter pipe.
Yeah.
Nobody goes, oh, that's been ABD'd. Now, if you go to the street and you go to the Brooklyn Banks and somebody in a video part did a hanger, or not a hanger, but a toothpick on, which would be impossible. That's probably a horrible thing to say. Anyway, at a spot, and somebody's done one there, that's the definition of the ABD. Trails, maybe that's broad. I think everything just comes down to street. I swear to God, it sounds like ABDs always end up being street.
Or the ones that people care about.
Right. Definitely. And people will remember those. The hard part, though, is it all depends on age. When I go back to age, you get kids that'll think a trick is a NBD when, I don't know, let's just take crank arm grinds, for instance. The first time I saw a crank arm grind was in 1992 by Vic Murphy.
Yeah.
All right? Half of the kids that ride nowadays, the majority of them been riding about 4 years or a little bit longer. Even some of these pros are like 8 years in. They don't even, hardly half of them don't know who Vic Murphy is or what he's done. Now, that might have been the wrong thing to say because everybody knows Vic Murphy's famous for the curb cut tabletop 1-footer. We all know that. But I'm saying, like, you probably didn't even know that Vic Murphy, it was kind of like a sprocket and a crank arm, but it was a grind down a handrail on that. And nobody's going to remember that. They're going to go and attribute that trick to, who's the dude that used to be a moped sponsored kid that killed it? Kevin Corrali. Like, Kevin Corrali is one of those guys I remember doing a lot of crank arm stuff. You know? Same with, I'm trying to think of, like, early crank arm grinds, but that's like the early 2000s. Jim Selinsky. Jim Selinsky is huge for that. But Jim isn't the first one. It took 10 years until it caught on. So, obviously, this is about NBDs and ABDs. This isn't about trick history. But going full circle back to that, a lot of it is just knowledge and people knowing who's done what and where. And that's why when you go out and ride street, you go to your local town, like if I came to Ohio and I came to your place and you took me to a handrail, I'd be like, yo, what's been done on this handrail? And that's the big question when you go and ride street and you're filming. Hey, what's been done on this?
So why do you think it matters? Why do you think?
Because BMX is a competitive sport. All that, everything's fun. Yes, BMX is fun. But when it comes to filming and it comes to that, it's a competitive thing. We're all competitive. There's nothing wrong with being competitive.
No.
Say you and a kid hang out every single day. Your objective is to whip the shit out of your best friend's ass. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
So when it comes to ABDs and NBDs, there's like this secret jealousy thing. You can go on Instagram and you see a kid and you just automatically judge him. And I don't give a shit how people say to me, like, oh, that isn't true. Hell, if it isn't true, because the first thing I do when I
you're cutting out so
do a
bad.
trick, I'm like, oh, fuck, he didn't throw 2 bar spins in that, you know? Straight up. That's just, that's what it is. And we're all very judgmental. That's all because a lot of us love BMX. And you get the people that are like, oh, well, I can care less or I don't. Realistically, it's just a natural thing. It's a competitive sport. We all love it. So it comes down to comparing ourselves to one another. That's how you become better. And then, you know, there's obviously people out there that are so naturally gifted. You know, you're never going to hear Eric Elstrand saying ABD and NBD because that dude lives ABD. But he lives in a plane where he's doing his own thing. But yet, at the same time, you have Eric Elstrand, and before Eric Elstrand, it's Adam Benstrom, you know? And then before Adam Benstrom, it's Eddie Roman. And then before Eddie Roman, it's Dave Vanderspeck. So it all comes back to knowing your history and knowing who and what people rode and what they've done, you know? And the hard part with it is if you're not serious about filming video parts or edits, then you're going to be one of those dudes that just says, oh, BMX is fun and I don't really give a shit. But if you're one of those guys, like the dudes on LFS, that dedicate 2 to 3 years of their life doing nothing but going out and hunting spots and riding, the last thing that they want to do, Jeff with Glasses wants to do, is go out and smith a 20-stair handrail and somebody else already smithed it. It's just all perspective and how you feel about, you know, that certain thing. Like, obviously I'm becoming more preachy about this and I'm trying to give every angle. And obviously it's my own preference and what I think. You know, I could be totally wrong to other people, and then other people I could be striking a chord.
Well, you always have thought about it like, I don't know, if I was somebody who's doing crazy stuff, or like even just some of the tricks that I've done, I would be more excited to see someone else do it than I would ever be mad that they did it. They did it too. Like, Like anything that took me hours and hours and hours, if somebody went and they did it in the exact same spot and they made it their ender, or they one-upped it, or they put it as the first clip in their video, I think I'd be more excited to see that than mad.
Okay, well, that's totally respectable. It's the same thing with, I just seen 2 or 3 people come out with edits, and I had those songs, and I used those for an edit 15 years ago.
That's different.
Like, no, it's not. That's a fucking NBD. It's already been done. Choose a different song. Like, when it comes down to it, it's everyone's personality and how they feel. You are from a small town, and you just love BMX, and who brought you up taught you what they've taught you, and you're very humble. But when we look at it as a whole, everybody judges a video part and then edit that way. And sometimes they do it on Instagram. That's why there was actual Instagram accounts that were dedicated to, oh, this guy did that, or oh, you know, the peg chink, you know, rodeo peanut, team weed. You have all these accounts that were dedicated to calling people out for things that have already been done, or yada yada yada. It's really hard. I'm trying to be like so politically correct, because if I really, really, really gave how I honestly feel like I don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't, because I'm 37 years old, and I'm not seriously going out filming something. I'm just putting it on Instagram. So to me, Instagram is live game. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're doing a video part, it does matter. Do not do an NBD on a spot. Not
ABD. You keep saying NBD. ABD.
Okay.
NBDs are good.
No, sorry, ABD.
Yeah, NBDs are a good thing.
Because I'm reading the title of the thing you put.
Oh! That needs to be ABD. I screwed up.
See,
I screwed up. If you made
it doesn't matter.
12 minutes into this, I'm sorry. I meant ABDs.
I don't even. How many people are actually watching this? That would make it even funnier for me.
10 people. 10 people right now. Kevin Jackson just donated $4 to our stream.
Kevin Jackson, you are the man. Right now, every single person push the like button. I don't know how to do this. See, I'm used to doing Twitch, and Twitch you can do Prime subs. Kevin Jackson, I really appreciate that, dude. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just a dude over here talking and giving my opinion. You said there's 8 people on here?
11 now.
11? You 11 people kick ass.
Yeah.
For the 3 people that just joined, we are talking about
ABDs and ABDs.
ABDs, sorry. We're talking about ABDs. Already been done. Now, trick-wise on anything, it's kind of fine. I just really think there is an area where Instagram doesn't matter anymore. Like, Instagram is just Instagram. Like, nobody gives a shit. Everyone's views, everyone's account, everything's down.
And
now,
I could see the whole point of, like, a lot of work could have gone into something that someone did, like doing this crazy rail or something like that, and going and doing it again after them. I don't know. I just feel like it's like one of those things. Like,
here, hold on. I'm gonna pause it. 1 second. It's gotta pause. Hold on. Sorry, guys.
Oh, someone just... Ricky, what are you doing? Chris, thank you for that $2. I don't know what Ricky did. Hopefully he's muted if he's like pooping or something. Anyways, though, my point of view on ABDs is like, I don't know how much work people put into their clips and whatnot, but if anyone ever ABD'd me, I would be excited about it, especially if they one-upped it, because then it's like, holy crap, welcome to the club. That's awesome. But I don't come from the perspective of going out and putting tons and tons and tons of hours and work into finding a spot and making a clip happen or something like that.
Right, and that just all depends on the type of riding and stuff you did. And going back to LFS, those guys dedicate their lives to looking for spots and then doing something that isn't an NBD. It's usually an ABD or going and doing something on a spot that hasn't been done. And that goes back to when you go ride street and you hang out with someone, you go to a handrail, the first word that comes out of most people's mouths when they're filming is, what's been done here?
Yeah.
If we go to New Jersey and we go to the famous Monroe Rail, and I bring Ed Zunda and Jordan Goodwin and Dan Crook, and I brought them to that handrail, the first thing they asked me was like, yo, Ricky, what's been done here?
Yeah.
And then I got to collectively go back to 2002 when Edwin De La Rosa and Vic Ayala and freaking all these dudes that have been there, what they've done, and I got to remember, all right, well, Hanger 180's been done, Hanger Bar's been done, manual the bar, manual up the bar, you know, and then Dan Crook's like, oh, has anybody ever done 180 to crook down to cab out? And it's just like, no, nobody's done that. But my whole point is I just feel like with the already been done, see, now I'm mixing myself up.
I know, we keep mixing them up.
It matters for video parts, and it matters for edits is a little iffy because people don't pay attention to that. But if you're putting a full video project out and you're selling that, or you're actually putting in the work, those mean something. There's time and effort put into that.
I'm trying to find something past the time and the effort that makes an ABD matter. Obviously, there's different situations for everything. And there's certain situations where someone might go out and, like, on purpose and intentionally, like, ABD someone or one-up someone, which that's a dick move, obviously. But, like...
Well, when you...
What?
Go ahead, sorry.
When you intentionally one-up someone, that's a dick move. Like, that's intentionally. Good. Intentionally, though.
Intentionally is good.
I think that's a dick move. When you and your friends
are hanging out... No, when you and your friends are hanging out and you're doing a lip trick and you doing a boobica to foof, a foof to ice to toothpick, and then your friend does foof to ice to toothpick to fakie, what's the next trick you go to? That's the evolution of doing that. I understand that people have a problem with that, but they got to realize that's what pushes them. That's the whole problem with, I feel like BMX as now is more about image. And they don't go back to being... Okay, here's a prime example. When you go to a skate park, not a fucking plaza, and you go to a skate park, and Bruce, Nick Bruce shows up, everybody knows he's gonna fucking murder it and kill it, but do the kids give a shit? No, nobody gives a shit. But their hype is way different than how a majority of kids are nowadays with just doing, you know... It's nothing against it. When I say the word kids, I'm just saying people that are younger than me, when they go to a skate park and they do, you know, manual to feeble to hard 180 half cab bar. You know what I mean? Where if Nick Bruce went, he would just ride the ledge and front flip off of it. My whole point is like BMX nowadays with ABDs already been done is more of like somebody sitting around judging, watching that, and doing that. Now, if we go back 10 years and I talk to Mike Brennan or Chester Blacksmith or Brooks Chrisman, their efforts and times, they probably took 4 years to 3 years of hard work to put into a video, and the last thing they want is Bob Skirble watching the video and going, ha 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 ha, Rat Kid did that handrail and that trick. Like... It takes away everything that you put in this effort and time.
You know what it tells me, though? You know what all this says? Is, like, ABDs are all about the ego of it. It's literally all about the ego. Like, I want to be the person who says that I did this, and if you go here and do it too, then you're an asshole because I can be the only one who's allowed to do this and put it in a video because I found it first, and it's mine.
Well, in a sense...
That's all about ego. Way. That's all total ego.
No, it can be ego, but
it's ego and being selfish. Like, because you don't want anyone else to have what's yours. Because you found it and you put in the work before anyone else.
Well, that's why... Okay, how about act like you know? Those motherfuckers used to go around and cut handrails out so nobody could do the handrail.
And that's messed up.
Tom White used to go around and put locks on handrails.
Yeah, that's messed
and
up.
chains, so nobody could do those. I'm telling you, it goes back to being competitive. There's nothing wrong with competitiveness, and that's where the only time that everybody dogs on competitiveness is when a skate park kid shows up to the skate park and does 15 flippity doodads. We all just sit around and go, oh, well, he's doing 15 doodadas. No, that's how he rides. That's his fun.
But you're not. I'm gonna make fun of park riders and talk down on the Olympics, but you're not allowed to go and do that double peg down a handrail that I did because I did it first. I think it's total BS, and it's all about ego.
Yes, but it's a video part. It's not about that. It's about it's about a rule. There are rules in BMX. There's certain rules. Like I could go into a few rules. Like you don't want to talk about these rules, but the thing is you don't go out and film video parts. I know right
yes,
now
I
you
do.
stacked. Shh. No, you haven't done a video part. You've done edits.
I've got video part put together right now that's going to come out.
I know you do for the last 5 years, but you're calling a video part when it's actually an edit. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what it's switched to. A video part is a full-length video when it's you and multiple people.
I have
That's
that.
a video part.
I have that.
With who? How many people?
I made it when I was 16, and it's 30-something minutes long.
I love you. Yes, but you get what I'm saying. I'm saying when you put it out on DVD.
I understand.
And you have that. Okay, that part counts. I'm thinking of the perspective of being the grumpy old fuck that is going to be 40 years old, and I'm trying to be not like, oh, I'm talking down to kids, because I'm not. Because to be honest with you, kids are 30 times better at their age than I was at their age. And when I was at their age, I was sponsored and getting help and stuff like that. And I could never do what they were doing when I was 21, whoop-de-doo, I could do a 720. That was like my biggest banger when I would go anywhere. Like a kid nowadays could probably do a 50 up a handrail to 720. Like I could probably name 6 kids right now, and they're not even sponsored, that could probably get that done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But going back...
What about the other part of it? That when people like us are 60 years old and none of this matters anymore anyways, you're going to look back on it and be like, wow, I got pissed at someone for doing the same handrail as me and putting it in a video. Did it really matter?
It doesn't really matter, but at the same time...
I win. He said it doesn't matter.
Yeah, at 60 years old it doesn't matter, but right now I'm still fucking riding. I'll tell you right now, I have something I want to do, and if someone goes and does it, I'll be pissed more at the fact that I didn't do it. That's the way I look at it. Everything is personal preference or how you feel about it personally. To me, like this could be a heated debate because it's a debate that can't be answered in a way, because I personally just feel that edits and videos is a no-no. You cannot do an ABD in a video. You can get away with it in an edit because people are going to forget about that edit in 10 minutes anyway. Same thing with an Instagram, which is you get 1 minute with Instagram of forgetting and you get 10 minutes with an edit. That's just the way it goes. There's too much social media that's out there.
So basically, the answer to this debate and question is that there is no definitive answer. And you want to know some more proof behind this and why it's also a whole bunch of BS?
Why?
Because I can name 5 people right now that if someone went and ABD'd them in a video part, everyone would lose their mind. And then I bet that there's 5 other people that don't even matter anymore that everyone could ABD right now and no one would care. From like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but that's progression. That's the way it is. That's why I'm saying that.
That's not. I'm not saying it's progression. You could name 5 crazy riders from 20 years ago who people could go and ABD today, and just based on the name of that person and their stature within BMX, that's how much it would decide whether or not it matters that someone ABD'd them. We're talking about
Tom Dugan just doing an air, and everybody gives him credit for it.
I'm not even saying just airs. I'm just saying in general, like just the fact that can exist shows that it doesn't really matter as much as we
what
think it does.
does matter, and then if we get to the root of the problem, is not problem, but the root of it is age. Every age is really big, huge thing, man. Like, how many times have we had conversations for hours, and I'll be talking about a rider, and you have no clue who I'm talking about, and I'm just going on about him. And it's usually a rider that's from, like, the early 90s, the mid-90s, you know, and it just goes by your knowledge of knowing it. Like, you know, that's why I said that a lot of kids are like, oh, shit, dude, he just did it NBD. And it's like, no, that trick has been done by Ian Morris. Ian Morris did that trick in 1991 in the homeless video, down to Antonio. You know, I can go on, but that's because of my age and my knowledge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And personally, the way I feel about certain things is I can cold-heartedly admit I suck ass at BMX. I just found my niche, and my niche is I love my voice, and I love talking. I love BMX through and thin, and I just know being goofy and riding around and doing that is fun to me. Like, that's all I can do. You know, my body is falling apart. I have an L4 and L5 that's connected together, are fused, because my back is jacked. You know what I mean? I've broken so many bones in my body, and I'm just happy to be able to be 36 and show up to a skate park and outride all of the kids there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And getting back to this question of the NBD,
ABD.
To me, ABD already been done. Fuck you. I'm pretty sure there's no way in the world there's more than 11 people staring.
16. It's growing.
16?
It's growing.
Holy shit. If you're the 5 that just joined here, my name is Montana Ricky. I'm from Great Falls, Montana. I've been riding bikes since 1991. And to me, starting BMX only counts when you do your first trick. None of that. I've been riding since I was 5 bullshit. Anyway, I appreciate all you 16 people watching this.
There's a $2 donation from Chris Gold, too, a little while ago.
$2 donation. Hey, everybody out there, I really appreciate you guys reaching in your pockets. And, actually, you're probably not reaching in. You just have this button that says pay. I appreciate that, guys. That $6 that's been donated today is enough for me to buy this Canadian dry ice, which this isn't even going to me. This is going to him. He really appreciates this. But back at the matter of hand, honestly, everything is up to you how you feel about it. If you're the type of person that dedicates your time and effort into doing a video project, the ABD and the NBD does mean a little bit something, because the last thing you want to do is put a lot of effort into a video project and have somebody say, hey, Cookie from NS3 did that trick back in 2006 for his video part on that same thing at that same spot, right? But if you're on Instagram, man, and you're hanging out with your friends, who gives a shit? All right? And if you're like these new kids nowadays, like that Little Juice and that Cam Gavrin kid, I just saw, I don't even care, he'll probably get mad at me, but I'm going to publicly put this out here. I saw him tail whip something bigger than El Toro.
Yeah.
Like literally 25 stairs. Like it was nothing. 25 fucking stairs.
Are you talking
That's
about
1,
Cam
2, 3,
Gervin?
4, 25. Yes.
Yeah.
Like that kid is so ridiculously good, and guess what? He's just like 30 other kids that are on Instagram. And me and you do a show. Hey, if any of you guys on here don't follow, oh, y'all should follow him. Obviously, that's why you're on here. You know, once a month we do rider spotlights. If you guys have anybody you think you guys want me to do it on, or you want to do it on yourself, DM me at Montana Ricky, or write a comment doing something down here, because I love looking for new talent and new people that are out there. But going back to that, kids are ridiculously good. So my whole point of this conversation is NBDs and ABDs, they do matter in a video part. In an edit, you can kind of slide because people will forget about it in 10 minutes. But with Instagram, I don't give a shit what you do on there. If you see Garrett Reynolds hook himself down a 50-stair handrail, you want to do it, go ahead and do it. No one's going to give a shit. Unless you get chosen and selected for Rodeo Peanut, which is like winning a trophy nowadays because it's impossible. But either way, I'm just saying that, like, how old are you, Brant?
25.
Okay, you're 25. I'm almost 12 years older than you. And me and you both come from small little towns And me and you both are, obviously I have an internet presence, so people probably think I'm an annoying asshole. But you personally know me. You know that I'm very humble.
Yeah.
I don't go around. I don't badmouth anything. I work for a bike company. I support bike shops. I support BMX through thick and thin. I collect BMX. I talk about BMX. For God's sakes, I love it. So to any kid that's out there, if in your life you do a never been done, hell yeah. And if you do an ABD and you had a good time doing it and that's what matters, do that shit. It doesn't matter. But the thing that does matter, I swear, is if you do a video and then somebody tells you, hey, that's been done, it does hurt a little bit. Trust me.
And I guess one thing that I think anyone could agree on, even people like me who are like, it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, is that intentionally doing something like that and using it in something as official as a video when it's something that could be done somewhere else kinda isn't a good look. Like, if you could do something, if we're talking about a huge ass stair set with a huge rail, somebody's already double pegged it and you want to double peg it too, could you find another one? Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, here, let me give you an example of something, okay? There's this video, and it's called Anthem 2. Yep. There's a rider, and his name is Sean Burns. Sean Burns' last trick was he went to a graveyard, and he did that road gap.
Yep.
He jumped off that whatever that thing was,
yep,
hopped over the road into the gap. Some kid called his ass out and was like, yo, I'm gonna 360 that bitch. That started a huge fucking debate and a fight and an argument. And this kid did a GoFundMe so somebody could pay his gas, his car, so he could get gas money for his car so he could drive out to Boston and he could 360 that gap. Right? Like, that's what it is. Like,
that's where the ego comes in.
Hold on. As horrible and shitty as that sounds, it's funny to talk about it now. That was like 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I could go even one crazier. I remember Mike Hoder doing a rail gap, and then Sean Burns showed up and then did it and tried a tabletop or something over it, and those two had beat. There's just so many little tiny things with stuff that's like that, with tricks that have been that way, that it does matter in a sense, and it depends on the person it matters to. Now, if you take BMX as a whole and you get guys my age, it totally matters. To a lot of them. To me, I'm kind of complacent about it. Just because I'm public right now and we're on live, I'm not sugarcoating shit.
Yeah.
Depending on how I feel and where it is and what it's about, sometimes I care, other times I don't care. ABDs are always going to create. We've been probably talking here now for a half an hour.
Yep.
And we went circles and circles, and I've went to the very beginning and I've came to the back. At one time we had 16 people. How many people we got now? 3?
16.
16? You motherfuckers are amazing.
It was at 17 for a minute.
Who's these 16? Give me the names. I want to talk to all of them.
We got some people in the chat. You got Kevin Jackson. You got
Kevin Jackson. I love you. You donated.
Z-Bots.
You're the man.
Super Z-Bots. Super Noob
Z-Bots,
Smith.
I don't know who you are. You're the man. Who?
Super Noob Smith. Kevin's in here.
Oh, fuck Kevin.
Kevin.
Anyway, moving on.
Kevin said, you got Scruff BMX. Kevin said, thoughts on vibing on tricks and adding to / modifying something you see someone doing. I know Ricky has borrowed my shtick.
Okay, well,
that's totally cool. That's
no,
like,
well, the other thing is an understanding. See, now he's older than me, so his type of riding and the people that he looked up and he grew up to have a different vibe. When I came up, I started riding with Eddie Cleveland, where when we were riding, it was up your friend, steal his fucking trick and do it better. That's what I grew up doing.
Yeah.
And look at, I came from that dirtiness to this. When Kevin's talking about adding and seeing tricks, I love it. That's what Instagram's for. Him, D Money, which is Dion, and Kevin, Matt Berenger, like all those guys.
I do it with Eric Elstrand and Tate Roskelly all the time.
You know what? Eric Elstrand is probably the best bike rider out there, and there ain't no one that could whip his ass in a game of bike. If I took the best all-around biker right now, he would be one of the hardest to beat, along with Chansey and then Rob Ridge. Rob Ridge is a fucking god.
Oh, yeah. The only people that could stand a chance are people who ride so insanely different, like a Nick Bruce who's going to do a 3 double whip that just, it's like, really, you expect me to try that?
Right,
that's the
where
only
we come
kind
into
of person.
Right, and this is what makes BMX so great, is everybody has something they love about it, right?
Yeah.
You know, I could be, let's just take Yumi, all right? Yumi doesn't even leave the fucking ground, and he has a fucking signature bike from Fit, all right? You don't even have to bunny hop in BMX to make it as a pro. All you got to do is wear a beanie, roll it up, vape, have long hair, never brush it, and wear Jankos. Okay? Boom. You just became pro. Look, Yumi's that one, and then we go all the way to Chansey. All right? Chance, that kid from Australia, will whip the shit out of anybody doing nose wheelies and stuff. Is he sponsored? No. That's how crazy BMX is. Sometimes it becomes a popularity contest, and just like you said, you know, depending on who the guy's name is or who he is, that's kind of how it goes. Look at how good Dan Collar is. Dan Collar is a fucking beast.
He's a beast, that's for sure.
Do people care? No. You know who people care about? Ty Morrow. How much work and how much writing has Ty done in the last year? Ty has probably watched 70,000 skateboard videos and probably bunny hopped once this year. And he's fully sponsored with full sponsorships from all these companies and barely does anything. Yet you get guys out there that work their ass off and get nothing and have nothing. Like it just turns into who you know, who you blow, and if you have a personality. That's all it is. And with Instagram and this YouTube live shit and Twitch, you know what I mean? You could have these 16 people, and one of them could have just recently came on, heard that conversation from me, and they're just going to judge me and think like, oh, this guy's a jerk or this guy's an asshole.
Well, we got one comment in here. Someone says, we didn't care about competition in my time. All of this is kind of ... silly. No offense. At my age, I'm just happy I can air a quarter. That's kind of the point I'm getting at, too. Though, like,
how old is that person?
I don't know. 37? I don't know how old he is.
All right. But, and that's why I said it's personal preference, and it comes from where you are. I work in the industry, so all I do is hang out, but and it's not like a bragging thing. I hang out with guys that get paid to ride bikes. My job is to judge kids. Every single day, I watch
47.
edits.
Anyway.
47. Congratulations, dude. I'm stoked on you. Can you do a boomerang?
Probably, if he's been riding long enough.
But what I'm saying, though, is I watch Sponsor Me edits every single day, and obviously I just have tons of shit pumped into my head.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to... And he's right. Look, I said I'm 36 and I'm happy to ride. Holy fuck, he's 47? I want to be 47 and still be able to ride.
Yep.
That's awesome. So at that age, you could care less, right? Mm-hmm. I only care if I was 36 and I didn't work the company, my views would be way different about this.
Yeah.
In all honesty. My views would probably be, I don't give a fuck who's pro, who's sponsored, but I have to because of my job.
Yeah.
You know?
I kind of, I don't know, my opinion kind of develops a little bit where, like, I can understand why someone would be mad about an ABD, especially knowing how much time and effort goes into something.
Right.
And I could see why someone would care or be mad about it. At the same time, I also could see there's so many other things that we avoid doing or saying in BMX just because of the possible repercussions. It's kind of just another one of them. It's like, why just avoid it altogether? and you don't have to worry about a crappy thing happening.
And see, your personality is you're nice. You don't have a mean bone in your body. So when you look at things, you're always looking at it on an even keel. That's how I feel with you.
Always.
Like, you're super nice, dude. Like, you just have that, right? And so your super niceness doesn't really get too competitive. Because you kick ass on a bike. Like, lip-wise and doing... If we went out and rode street, you could probably kick some more... You could probably kick... I've seen your edit, so I know what you're capable of you're doing. I've told you your problem. You need to get off that fucking chair, quit raising lizards, and move. That's your problem. If you moved and quit playing with lizards, you would have a lot given to you and more opportunities. The older you get, the less opportunities you're going to get. Actually, no, that's wrong, because I got way more in my... I'm not like some super pro or something, but, you know, my chances, I've gotten something to me when I was 28. So everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, Samuel L. Jackson didn't make it till he was 32 years old. So never mind, age doesn't matter. But sitting at your parents out in Ohio in the middle of a fucking farm, pretty hard, okay? Nothing against that. And I'm pretty sure that's an NBD. I mean, an ABD. It's already been done
by a lot of people.
You know, Vic Murphy. He lived out in the middle of a farm and did nothing.
A lot of people.
But either way,
hey,
there's no way.
Someone says, hey, Ricky, why don't you sponsor my boy here?
Who's your boy?
I think he's talking about me.
Oh, well, tell him this. Tell him I have told you what to do and how to do it and what we need to do. And I have no problem helping you. You just got to help yourself first. So once you release that edit, instead of putting it out publicly, we could go the other route. And we could do this on this Instagram Live, and I can talk this way to you, or we could do it privately. So I'm for sure you're going to want it privately. But to answer that kid's question, I have helped and sponsored so many people and given them so many chances. And I have been burned really bad before in my life. And I've had people that have been so grateful to me. And it isn't like I'm some big, huge dude that's done things. I've always put people before myself. And that's why I'm happy to get what I get. It ain't like, oh, cool, you know, I've made a few $100s a month from bike companies and shirt companies and hat companies. Fuck it, one time I was on Old Navy. How the hell did I get sponsored by Old Navy? They were giving me 100 pairs of pants every 3 months. You know what I did with those? You know what I did with those? I was going to school and selling them for pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's people on here and they're listening and they're still staying here, how many's on there now?
19.
Huh?
19.
Holy shit, we're growing.
20.
19. 20? Holy shit. You 20 people are amazing. I can't believe you guys are even standing my voice. It sucks. Is there a guy named Kurt Rowell on there?
No, but that Super Noob Smith guy says he can boomerang.
He can?
Yeah.
Hey, what's his Instagram name? Is it Super BMX?
I'm not sure. He'll put it in there. We got it. Anyways.
Oh, okay.
So we've kind of come to a conclusion about ABDs. They matter, but they kind of don't matter, but they matter. So we just avoid it.
Yeah. Well, the only time we don't avoid it is when we're around friends that love to talk about it. Let's be honest, okay? It depends what group of people you're with and what it is. For me personally, if I'm watching an actual video project and I see an ABD, I'm gonna call that shit the fuck out.
Yeah.
If it's just a regular Instagram, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care, because to be honest with you, if I'm following you, I know every trick you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like it just, that's the way it is. You can watch my Instagram, you know Ricky's gonna do a full cap. That fucking dude can't do anything but spins. That's all I do. After a while, you just start realizing what people do.
And I kind of think that there's a certain, what's the word? I wish I was Mike Hinkins and I could just say a 15-syllable word to mean exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but then everybody would be confused and lost.
No. Oh, god dang it. I think there's a certain, like, attraction to doing new and different things too. That's also part of it. It's like, yeah, you went and did the same double peg that this guy did when you could have found a different one or done something else. And realistically, everything we're talking about is within like mainstream BMX and like the bigger picture of pros and whatnot, because
I'm talking to you from 3 different perspectives. My personal one, my professional one,
yeah,
and my old man one. My old man one right now is just saying, fuck all BMX. I want 44 tooth sprockets back. I want standard to be on top. I want triple walls. And I want the smallest handlebars in the world. My old manness is all I want is a dirt bike and watch all the Dirt Brothers ride. And the new school guy is just like, hey, this is pretty cool that you could be sponsored and just ride a curb, and kids are digging that.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
That's funny. And
you know what your next topic should be about?
What's that?
I don't even want to say this live, but I think I almost want to say it.
Oh Jesus, what is it?
No, I don't even want to say it live because I'll just get in trouble.
We'll
but
talk
then
about it later.
Say what he's going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how. Nah, I can't talk about it. I'll tell you.
We'll do it later. It's okay. I am going to talk in another one of these about selling out.
Oh, I'm the best sellout ever. Hey, everybody, right now, reach into your pockets and give this dude a quarter. Just a quarter. How fucking hard is it to give someone a quarter? If you give someone a quarter right now, and then you send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, I will send you a personal sticker from Merit BMX and a picture with my face on it. Send a quarter. And then you gotta send me your self-sealed envelope stamp thing, and then I'll send you some stickers.
Your self-addressed envelope.
I don't give a shit. I don't know how to talk. Either way, I gotta go to my girlfriend's house because I want to snuggle and do the things that older adults do.
Yeah, bleep.
And I gotta drive an hour.
Bleep.
So I'm gonna hang up on you. I want to tell everybody how many people are on there now.
21.
21. You 21 motherfuckers are the best people in the world. Kevin, you're the man. The dude that boomerang, 47-year-old dude, he's cool. Kevin, the guy that donated, and Chris, you guys are awesome. That's $6 in this man's hand. You know what he could do with $6? He could buy some more hair cream. That dude has the sexiest hair in BMX, boys.
There it is.
In 2002, Singsters were awesome. In 2019, all we have left is Brant Moore. I fucking love him. Brant Moore, I gotta go and make love to my woman. The rest of you guys, I appreciate it. Hopefully I didn't irritate you guys. ABDs and NBDs, you know what? Only for video parts with me and edits. Instagram, I don't give a shit. With your
you
friends,
decide for yourself. There you go.
Yeah. And other than that, thanks everybody. And you get a chance, make sure you guys follow him on Instagram.
Follow him.
And oh, if you want to follow me on Instagram, just
I'm picking your nose right now.
Rex in the morning. So, I love you guys. I gotta go make love.
See ya. Alright. Ricky's gone. That's gonna be the end. Oh, geez. That's my phone screen. Get out of here. Blink. Alright. So, that's going to be the end of this one. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I think I'm going to try to do more of these in the future with other people. I was talking to a couple people earlier about this, so maybe we can get someone else involved. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. If you're new, subscribe, and thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm not sure. I have so much going on here. This setup is crazy. So, I'll probably stream again soon. I know this was the first one in a while. Other people are cool. We'll get there. We'll get some more people on this. I'll probably do another one of these with Ricky just because it was fun. And with that being said, once again, thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to stop this stream now. If you're here in the future, 20% crew in the comments to let me know you made it this far. And thank you to all of you 21 people who joined this chat and are hanging out still. We'll do it again soon. I'm going to go to bed now. Not really. I'm going to stay up till midnight working on stuff like I always do. I lied. So yeah, see you guys next time. Goodbye.